Hey, all here doing an album ranking of somebody I really enjoy. Obviously, the thumbnail gives it away, doesn't it? And that artist would be Henry Alsegun Adiola Samuel, also known as Seal. Apparently, he was born on February 19th, 1963 in Paddington, London. His mother was Nigerian and his father was Afro-Brazilian. Hence he got the name Francis. His father, Francis Samuel. Mother's from Nigeria. Seal came out in the 90s. He was in some other band, I think, in the 80s. Like some sort of, I don't know, ska. I don't know if it was ska. It was some sort of fusion funk band or something like that. I don't even remember the name of it. Regardless. But Seal, I've always liked since the moment he came out. You know what's that funny about Seal? He's only had he's had two top 10 albums in the U.S. A few big singles. Obviously not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Go figure. Other people can get in first time around, but not an extremely talented individual like this. So let's start the ranking. 7 albums, 7 studio albums. He's got 2 covers albums called Soul and Soul 2, which I didn't include because it's not my thing. I just want his stuff because he's a brilliant writer, brilliant musician, ranger. He's just fantastic songs. So we're going to start off with Seal 6. It's called Commitment. Good album. It's just that's where it falls in on my ranking. This one actually comes with a little making of DVD, which is pretty cool, which I did watch. Is the man Seal? He's got those lupus scars. I don't know. I think it's lupus. I don't know about the disease that much, so I can't know like why it would cause such intense scarring. But that sucks. Anyway, it's kind of almost like a trademark on him now, though. You don't even see it, mainly because he's got such a dark complexion, and it just kind of blends. Handsome man, handsome as fuck. But anyway, I like this album. It's got Best of Me, probably one of the biggest songs I like on here. If I'm Any Closer, Weight of My Mistakes. This album came out in 2003. Went to number 3 in the U.S., number 4. It sold 500,000 in the U.S. as of now. It probably sold more. You know, it's so hard to even gauge album sales, streaming and everything else. Okay, so that's number 7. Okay, so number 6 would be Seal 4. This was a pretty big album for him. When did this come out? I'm sorry. No. Seal 4. This is the album that went to number 3. This one, which was Commitment, went to number 31. It didn't really sell that well. It didn't break the top 10 in England. This came out in 2010. My mistake. Give me a break. Anyway, this is Seal 4. This had some pretty big songs on here. Get It Together was a big. Waiting for You was a really big song. Good album. It's more funk oriented type of sound to it. This is it's like a beveled cover. You can even feel his lupus, feel his eyes, his nose sticks out. Kind of cool. There's a whole bunch of multi-man Seal, multiplicity. But yeah, good album. Like I said, this album went to number 3, came out in 2003. 500,000 copies. I think it had a top 10 hit. Very odd to me. I don't know. Okay, so next up, we got his last release, which Seals. Well, he released another one, Standards, in 2017. This is my number 5 album. It's a 7. Good album, man. Good album. Daylight Saving, Every Time I'm With You, Life on the Dance Floor, Padded Cell. Padded Cell, what a good song. Almost is it's like the spiritual brother of the song Crazy. Good song. I think this is around the time he was breaking up with his wife. Let me see. Yeah. And so, I guess, or soon after he broke up with Heidi Klum, so he was going through some things. But good song, man. Padded Cell, fantastic. The Big Love Has Died. Red Zone Killer, that's another. Mona Scow, Half Heart, yeah. Good album, man. I'm going to say about all his albums. So that's number 5. Number 4, we have his debut. Now, obviously, everybody knows Crazy and Killer. That was the 2 big songs off of this. This came out June of '91, right with the kind of the beginning of the '90s. Went platinum in the U.S. It peaked at 27, went to number 1 in the U.K. International hit. I think he sold like 20 million copies worldwide. But this is a good album. Deep Water's a great song. Very 90s sounding. Good album. Very good album. Now, this was his weakest selling album, I do believe. This is his 4th album, but it's at number 3 for me, Human Beings. I like the sound of it. This is a great album. I didn't have any hits off it. It did go gold in the U.S. It went to 22. Yeah, this is good, man. Human Being, what a badass song. State of Grace, Latest Craze, Just Like You, Lost My Faith, Color, Still the Love Remains. Very creepy cover, isn't it, though? Kind of looks like Seal Nosferatu. Man, that motherfucker's got a skinny waist. Good shape, huh? Keeps himself in good shape. This came out in '98. Yeah, November of '98. Went gold in the U.S. This is my number 3 album for Seal, Human Beings. Go listen to it. My number 2, this one, Seal, System. When did this come out? This came out November of 2007. I really like this album. I just recently got into this album. This album is fantastic. If It's On My Mind, it's amazing. Just Like Before, Loaded. This is put the whole thing on. This has got more of it's more EDM oriented, I would say. Fantastic. Love it. Absolutely adore this album. This is a great album. And once again, let me see how this album did. I don't think it System. Number 35 in the US. Didn't really sell it. Number 37 in the UK. This was probably his least selling album worldwide. And I think it's like one of his best. Comes in at number 2 for me. So there you go. There goes my taste, which I think is far superior to most people. What are we up to? Okay, just making sure. And of course, this isn't too hard. Seal. Seal 2. Not Seal. Seal Team 2. No. Seal. This monster. This sold quadruple platinum in the U.S. Can you imagine it sold quadruple platinum in the U.S.? Went to number 1 in England, but didn't even crack the top 10 in the U.S. Can you imagine? Like, what's going on? Of course, it's got Bring It On, Prayer for the Dying, classic song, Don't Cry, and of course, Kiss from a Rose. Kiss from a Rose from that Batman movie. What the hell was it? The one with Val Kilmer. Batman Forever? I don't know. Great. That's a great soundtrack, that album. It's got a good U2 song on there too, but that song, Kiss from a Rose, one of the greatest pop songs ever made. Every time I hear it, I just think of medieval stuff. Brilliant pop, rock, groove, ambient music right here. Brilliant. This guy should be in a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as we speak. He's not. I really like Seal, so I'm gonna go down my little list. Number one, this one, second album, which came out in May of '94, May 23rd, day before my birthday. Two, System, his little EDM album, which is fantastic. Human Beings, which is it's a very darker album, but the grooves are fantastic. That's number three. Number four, his debut, which came out. You know, the hits off it. Number five, his last official, studio album that's not standards, Seal 7. Then we have this Seal number 4. And then the last one would be Seal 6, also known as Commitments. Right there. There you go. So there you go. There's my little tribute, my little album ranking to Seal. I think I'll go listen to that Systems album again, or maybe Human Beings. Yeah. Good stuff. Go listen to it. Trust me. I wouldn't steer you wrong. Peace. Have a wonderful day.